It's only out of confusion the clarity arises. Now, as long as you are dependent on somebody, how can you become a master? You are born alone and you will go back alone. Only a person who understands what is life after death, he will be able to enjoy life before death. There is no shortcuts whatsoever in the spiritual path. What you deserve, you will get it. And what you don't deserve, you will never get it. Am I doing the right things? If I am doing the right things, only right things will happen to me. So let me ask you some questions which will act as a trigger for you to self-reflect. So the first question is, there is a saying, people say that ignorance is bliss. Yeah? Ignorance is bliss. That is what people say. So ignorance might be really blissful in the beginning stages, but towards the end, will the same ignorance give you bliss? That is the question. Imagine it is time for your departure. It is time for your departure from earth. Will the same ignorance give you bliss during the time of departure? During the time of departure, will ignorance give you bliss or clarity give you bliss? So you have to answer it for yourself. Okay, so most of you are typing clarity. Okay, fine. In the beginning stages, ignorance might give you bliss, but towards the finish line, it's only the clarity which will give you bliss. The journey from ignorance to clarity is not a simple journey. You have to go through a lot of confusion. It's only out of confusion the clarity arises. So the first stage is ignorance. Write down. The first stage is ignorance. You are ignorant about yourself. You are ignorant about life. You are ignorant about the bigger picture of why you have come, where you have come from, and where will you go next. You are ignorant about the bigger picture of your own self, about your own journey. So that is the first stage, ignorance. The second stage is confusion, because you will start seeking to find out the answers. So in the process, there's a lot of confusion. Some of the examples of confusion, you see there are so many YouTube channels, so many so-called spiritual masters. They guide you in different directions. And what one person is teaching is contradicting to what the other person is teaching. So there is a lot of confusion, right? Some might guide you towards chakra activation, kundalini activation, astral healing, connecting to other dimensions, DNA awakening, connecting to the Guru Mandali, inviting other invisible masters to come and meditate among us. Different masters are guiding in different ways. So a lot of confusion. What to believe, what not to believe. One person says, I opened my third eye, I saw this, I saw that. I traveled to the crystal worlds, I traveled to the angelic worlds. And another person is not having any visions. So confusion. You are closing your eyes and meditating, you are feeling good. But when you hear others' experience, you get disturbed. There's no experience for you, a lot of confusion. Am I in the right meditation path? Or maybe some other technique is for me. A lot of confusion is there. And it's not only about what guidance you receive from the outside, there is a lot of confusion from within you. There is a lot of self-doubt. The mind becomes a doubting Thomas. One step forward, two steps backwards. In every step, there is a doubt. And that doubt creates more confusion. A lot of confusion is there in the spiritual journey. And one has to go through this confusion. There is no choice. One has to go through this confusion. And once you go through this confusion, then like a lotus blossoms in a mud pond. The lotus doesn't come in a clear pond. The lotus blossoms in a muddy pond. So the confusion is like mud. The water is not clear, mixed with mud, a lot of confusion. But from that, the lotus blossoms. So the clarity arises. So that is the third stage. So the clarity naturally arises. So you have to go through the confusion. And also the confusion is because of your gunas, because of your past life baggages, karmic baggages. We call it as vasana doshas. Dosha means imbalance. The meaning of dosha means imbalance. So because of your vasana doshas, your past life karmic baggages, you go through an inner confusion. So then the clarity arises. In the beginning stages, you might be going through a lot of challenges. But if you are ready to go through the challenges, then naturally clarity arises. You might ask a question, sir, what is the possibility of getting stuck in the confusion? What is the possibility of getting stuck in the illusions? There is a very high possibility. Now, what is the solution? How do we make sure that we come out of the confusion? There is one quality. If you have this one quality, you will come out of all the confusion. That one quality is the purity in your heart. It is your own purity in your heart which will guide you out of the confusion. As long as you have this purity in your heart, no matter any organization you go, any teacher you go, any guru you go, you will never get stuck in the confusion state. You will never get misguided. You will never get misguided as long as there is purity in your heart. That is your inner guidance. The purity in your heart is the fundamental and the primary aspect in your own self discovery, in your own self realization. It is your own purity in heart. If there is such crystal clear clarity within you, in your heart, that I want my self realization, I want to know the truth. It is that burning desire to know the truth. See, fire is pure. Fire purifies all the impurities. Yes, sir. You take a iron ore, put it in the fire. So all the impurities goes away. You get iron metal. The same thing, gold. You put the gold mixed with a lot of impurities, mud and everything in the fire. All the impurities are separated. The pure gold is separated. So fire burns out all the impurities. It is your burning desire in your heart to seek the truth that will burn out all the confusion. Now, this is the second question. Now, you have to introspect. How deep is my desire to know the truth? How sincere I am to know the truth? Is it a superficial desire or is it a very deep desire? Is it a desire which has just popped up in this lifetime, or you feel that is the desire which is there forever within you? How deep is your desire? What kind of fire you have in your heart? That is the question you should ask. If the fire is very strong, then you will never be misguided into wrong direction. Let me tell you an example. If your fire is very deep within your heart, then naturally your common sense is also very strong. Your common sense, which is not so common among general people, your common sense will be very strong. For example, if you say that in the beginning stages, you will go for like window shopping, you will do spiritual shopping. The newcomer, the meditation will go for spiritual shopping. They will attend every workshop, they will attend every retreat, they will attend all the lectures. There's a lot of window shopping, spiritual shopping. So one master is promising you colors, another master is promising you healing, another master is promising you third eye activation, and everybody claims to be the truth of the highest order. And there is one person who doesn't promise anything, right? So who to believe, who not to believe? So there is a lot of shopping you will do, right? So naturally confusion comes. But because your fire is very strong within you, you will know that the person who promises something doesn't appeal to the common sense, because you will always have the reference of the highest truth. What is common sense? Common sense is having a reference point. Common sense is all about having a reference point. What is the absolute truth? What is highest truth? What is matching? So you'll start thinking using the common sense. Gautama Buddha, who is one of the greatest enlightened masters, he never spoke about DNA activation. He never spoke about being dependent on any gurus. Gautama Buddha never said, I will activate your Kundalini, chakra meditation. He never spoke about all those things. He only said, Appo Deepo Bhava, be a light unto yourself. Nobody can help you. Only you can help yourself. These are the final words of Gautama Buddha. What is the teachings of Jesus Christ? Teachings of Jesus Christ is the kingdom of God is within. There's nothing outside. The kingdom of God is within. This is the Jesus Christ teaching. And he said, seek the truth shall liberate you. So Jesus never said, seek the guru will liberate you. He said, seek the truth and the truth shall liberate you. Am I seeking the truth or am I going behind shortcuts? Am I in the right path? Am I in the path of the truth or am I just mass following? Am I being dependent or am I being independent? So this is common sense. Am I being independent in my journey or am I unconsciously becoming dependent? So when you have this burning desire within your heart, then you will have the reference point. Then you see that there are so much of dependency these days. It has become a fashion to say, I got a message from Avatar Babaji, I got a channeling message from Avatar Babaji. And we sit in meditation, we ask Babaji to come, we ask Patriji to come, we ask so many invisible masters to come. They're all coming and blessing us. So now you should use your common sense. Is it only when we invite they will come? Or we do our tapasya, we do our sincere sadhana, will they come naturally? Should we call or they should come naturally? Just questioning. So then you have the reference point. Okay. So in the book Autobiography of a Yogi, Babaji told his own disciple, his own primary disciple, that I will not come when you call, I will come when there is a need. So if he is not going to come When his own primary disciple, who is also enlightened, if he calls also, he is not going to come. Then is it our spiritual ego that we think when we call, every master is available to come as if they have no other work? They have no other work. The moment you sit in meditation, you are such a great person. The moment you sit in meditation, you call and everybody will assemble on your command. Is it stupidity or is it common sense? So that is the reference point. Then it has become a fashion. See, as long as the guru is there, then the guru will correct your ego. The guru will break your ego. Now, once the guru vacates the body, now all the teachings are misunderstood. Every enlightened master, as long as he is in the body, he makes sure the truth is not diluted. But the moment he vacates the body, his own teachings becomes diluted, misguided. It happened with Buddha, it happened with Jesus, it happened with every single master. It's inevitable. So people say, okay, so we will invite Patriji. Patriji is there astrally to help. Whenever you call him, he will come and he will astrally help. Now you have to have the reference point. What is the core teachings of Patriji? The core teachings of Patriji is be a master. Never depend on anybody. Be a master is a core teaching. Now, as long as you are dependent on somebody, how can you become a master? It's a common sense. His entire life, he taught, be a master, not to be dependent on anybody. To be independent is the very outcome of enlightenment. The very aspect of enlightenment is to be independent. So as long as you are dependent on somebody, whether it's visible or invisible, you will never become a master. It's a simple common sense. Now you are dependent on the very person who is asking you to be independent. So something is not right. So when you use your common sense, you will come out of all the confusion. So that common sense you develop when you have the reference point of the highest truth. You don't need great IQ or EQ. More than IQ and EQ, what is more important is your purity in your heart. Just because 1,000 people are saying something, you don't need to be a sheep. You don't need to be 1,001 to follow some stupidity. When it comes to the principles, you should stand like a rock. This is a journey of aloneness. You are born alone and you will go back alone. So this journey is the journey of aloneness. And it is in your own aloneness you will discover your own truth. So my dear friends, you should understand. Yesterday we spoke about what is meditation. Today we are discussing what is not meditation. It is equally important to understand what is not. Mantra chanting has its own purpose. It has its own benefits. But that is not meditation. Every technique has its own place. Every technique has its own benefits. But what is meditation? What is the purpose of meditation? What is the goal of meditation? The goal of meditation is to empty the mind. Now, when you understand this, the goal of meditation is to empty the mind. Now, again, you use your common sense. When I chant a mantra, I use my mind. By using the mind, how can I empty the mind? Common sense. For visualization, I use my mind. How can I use my mind and empty the mind? While visualization has its own benefits. Visualization is beautiful. If you want to create anything, if you want to manifest anything on the planet Earth, you want to create anything on the planet Earth, visualization is an amazing technique. But that is not meditation. Again, guided meditation. You are closing your eyes and you are observing the breath. The more you are observing the breath, the more naturally your mind becomes empty. This is a simple, pure science of meditation. Now imagine somebody is constantly guiding you. Feel the energy, feel the chakras, feel this, feel the blue color light. You are getting into the higher dimensions. Somebody is constantly guiding you in your meditation with airy-fairy words. Now your mind is focused on what the other person is saying. Now, when your mind is focused on what the other person is saying, how can you empty the mind? Simple common sense. While you don't know how to do meditation, a little bit of guidance of how to do meditation for a few seconds is okay. Asking you to come back to your breath in the beginning of the meditation or once in a while you are guiding. That is okay, but constantly you are guiding. That creates more confusion. That creates more hallucination. See, you have to understand the nature of the mind. If I say that close your eyes, you will feel your chakras activated. Just imagine I'm guiding you in the meditation. You feel that your chakras are getting activated, your sahasrara is getting opened, and you are receiving the flood of cosmic energy. When I start saying this, you will start visualizing it. And you don't know whether it is a real experience or hallucination. And also, mind has a very unique ways of tricking you. If I say, imagine any color except blue, you will imagine only blue. That is the nature of the mind. The nature of the mind is to take you away from the present moment. It will either take you to the past or it will take you to the future. So, guided meditation, is it the highest truth? Yes or no? You have to question yourself. You have to use your common sense. While for beginners of meditation, a little bit of guidance is okay. But once you know how to do meditation, you should never sit in guided meditation class. So, pure common sense. So, it is your own burning desire in your heart, it is your own inner purity. I will never compromise for anything until I attain my own realization. If you have that burning desire, then you will never get stuck in any confusion. You might go through a lot of confusion naturally, but you will come out of it. You will come out of it in flying colors. And again, there is no judgment. There is no judgment in what others are doing. Let anybody do what they want because everybody has a free will. Everybody has a free will. Let anybody do what they want. We are not here to condemn anybody. We are not here to judge anybody. But we are here to question our own self. We are not questioning what others are doing, but we are questioning our own self. Is it the right path for me? It's like a spiritual shopping. There are thousands and thousands of spiritual shops. But which shop suits me? Which guidance suits me? That is the question you should ask. There is no shortcuts whatsoever in this spiritual path. You have to write it in bold letters. There is no shortcuts whatsoever. You have to do your sadhana. You have to be sincere in your practice. There is no results without hard work. Kaste pali, that is a statement in Sanskrit. The one who works sincerely, the one who does the sincere work, hard work, naturally he will get the results. It is inevitable he will get results because he has worked hard for it. There is no shortcut in this path of enlightenment, my dear friends. What you deserve, you will get it. And what you don't deserve, you will never get it. So you should question. Again, the third question is, am I seeking any shortcuts or I understand the bigger truth one step at a time? No need to rush. Why people seek shortcuts? Because they are in a rush. In this lifetime only, I want enlightenment. I want this lifetime to be the final lifetime. Why there is a rush? There is no hurry whatsoever. When you are in hurry or when you are in worry, you will naturally take a wrong step. When there is no hurry, when there is no worry, you understand that every step you take, if it is a right step, it will take you forward automatically. You have to take right steps. It is the righteousness. Your focus should be on the righteousness. Am I doing the right things? If I am doing the right things, only right things will happen to me. It's the law of the nature. When I do right things, only right things will happen to me. Dharmo rakshiti rakshitaha. When you protect your dharma will protect you naturally. So this is the golden mantra. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. When you do the right things will happen to you naturally. So you are not worried about the timelines. You are not worried about, am I missing out? No. You focus on doing the right things. The spiritual journey is all about focusing on doing the right things. So what is not meditation? While every technique has its own benefits, we are not discounting any technique. Mantra has its own techniques. Visualization has its own technique. Chanting has its own benefits. So every technique has its own benefits, but that is not meditation. Meditation means empty mind, zero mind. Meditation means non-dependency. Meditation is all about self-realization. It's nothing to achieve outside. The more calm you are, more naturally clarity arises. It is the inner stillness which is the perfect recipe for clarity. Your inner stillness is the precondition for you to have clarity. Okay. And now there are many people who come into the path of meditation because they are worried in their life. There's financial problems, emotional problems, relationship problems, health problems. And there are few people who come into the path of meditation to know the truth, to know what is the ultimate of life, to know what is the meaning of life, to know what is the purpose of life, to know what am I, who am I. So when you have these deep questions within you, what am I, who am I, where did I come from, where will I go next, what is death, what happens after death? What is death, what happens after death is a very, very important question. Only a person who understands what happens after death, he will be able to live life totally before death. See the paradox. Only a person who understands what is life after death, he will be able to enjoy life before death. So when you have these deep questions, that means the fire inside you is very strong. It is not superficial, it is very deep. It is not only the questions, but you have the reference to the highest truth. Along with the deeper questions, you have the reference to the highest truth. And there is this fire inside you is burning. It's constantly burning. The quest to know the truth is so deep. So it is your own desire. which will guide you out of the confusion, my dear friends. It is your own inner desire which will guide you. Come out of all the confusions and be in the path of truth. Like yesterday I said, if you want to use the technique of meditation, if you want to use it for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it is just a relaxation for you. Your mind is getting temporarily relaxed. You get some energy. And it is just like maintenance of your day to day life. Just maintenance, no transformation, just maintenance. If you use the same technique for 1 hour every day, 2 hours every day, then there is a lot of inner transformation. There's a lot of healing happens, emotional healing, psychological healing, mental healing, physical healing. A lot of healing happens if you do it 1 hour, 2 hours every day. If you make it as a lifetime commitment, then it naturally transforms into self-realization. Along with meditation, you are reading books, you are attending workshops, you are constantly in self-reflection, and you are doing your best. Always you do your best. That naturally helps in your self-realization. Whether you want to use it for relaxation, or whether you want to use it for healing, or whether you want to use it for your self-realization, it's your choice. Okay. So we'll take some questions. Why my hands burning feelings? So you might feel burning sensation, you might feel heavy in your body, you might feel light in your body, you might feel like floating, you might feel pins and needles, right? All these experiences, all the discomfort in the physical body during meditation is a natural healing process. The more and more you receive cosmic energy, the more naturally your energy body starts getting healed. So once your energy body is healed, it reflects in your physical body. So these are all some of the experiences which helps you in your self-healing process. So you don't need to be worried about it. So there's another question. Sir, I have a question. Can we stretch our legs in case of the legs knee pain while doing meditation? Yes, you bear the pain as much as possible. But if it is beyond your tolerable limit, then you can stretch your legs, relax for a few seconds, and then get back into the lock posture. That is fine. Okay. So dual mind while meditation, how to solve? Because you have dual mind, you come into meditation. Healthy people don't go to doctors, healthy people don't take medicines. Only people who need some medical help, they will go to doctors. So if you're already happy in your life, you're happy celebrating your life, you don't need meditation. So only for the people who have dual mind, only for the people who have this deeper questions and confusions and challenges in the life, only they need meditation. Okay. Either you have a physical problem or an emotional problem, or you have a spiritual problem. You don't know who you are. You don't know what is life. So you have a spiritual problem. So only people with problems come to meditation. So you're asking a question, dual mind in meditation, how to solve? Continue meditation. You have come for that. Continue meditation. All the dual mind will go away. The mind itself will become empty. Forget about the dual mind. Now everybody is having one mind, and that creates a great problem. Now some people are having dual mind, triple mind. Okay, so that means greater problem. All the solution is meditation. So next, I feel the meditation to be very effective if I do some basic pranayama techniques like Bastrika, Nadi Suddhi, etc. before the actual sitting, observing the breath. Can I continue this? No need. You can straight go into meditation. Okay, so while pranayama and all the techniques have their own benefits, you have to follow Sukha pranayama. Okay, Sukha pranayama means your mind surrendering to your natural breath. You witnessing your natural breath. You are not manipulating your breath. See, nature is always perfect. You have to understand. Nature is always perfect. So you surrender to your own natural breath. That is Sukha pranayama. Right? You don't need to manipulate your breath to come to the natural breath. You can directly go to the natural breath. But having said that, pranayama techniques helps in increasing your immunity, increasing your lung capacity. It has its own benefits. So you can do it separately, but don't club with meditation. Okay? You can directly go into meditation. That is the answer. Fearful images coming suddenly, how to avoid? You cannot avoid. Is there a technique to avoid? You are sitting and suddenly fearful image comes. How do you avoid? You cannot avoid. Your thoughts are not in your control. Do you think your thoughts are in your control? Do you know what is your next thought? No. Your thoughts are not in your control. So you cannot avoid, but you can handle it. How do you handle it? Don't give attention. That's all. Any thoughts you get, whether it is beautiful thoughts, fearful thoughts, whatever might be the thoughts, come back to the breath. Don't give attention to any thought. Come back to the breath. That is in your hands. Where to give attention is in your hands. But to avoid the thoughts is not possible. It's not in your hands. Okay. How not to change the breathing while observing it. In the beginning, you might feel like you are breathing and there is some force or some manipulation is happening. But as you start witnessing it, slowly, you will be able to get into a pure observation, a pure witness. In the beginning of meditation, you do use a little bit of mind to focus on the breath, right? So more and more you are start observing the breath, the more the witnessing starts happening. So when the witnessing starts happening, that is when your mind starts becoming empty. Witnessing is the quality of your soul. Okay. So it takes some time. 40 days regularly, every day you do meditation, automatically you will get into the witness state. Automatically you will get into the no thought state. So next question. Is it required to be consistent? Where to sit, the time and place, same time for meditation to be effective? It does help. If you choose the same place, same time, it does help because your body has a bio memory. So when that particular time comes, your body will tell you, now it's time to meditate, go. Right? And you're sitting in the same place, and that place has a meditative vibe. So the moment you go to that place, naturally you get into a meditative state. So it does help, right? It has an impact. It does help, but it is not necessary. Anytime, any place, any situation, meditation can be done. But if you are doing it in the same time, same place, it does help. Especially the beginners, it does help. Mantra japa, is it okay to do both? I think I've spoken about it. So when you are saying a mantra, you use your mind. So by using the mind, you cannot empty the mind. Mantra has its own benefits. For example, there is a lot of certain dense energies around you. So this mantra japa will elevate you. It can be used as space cleansing also, but that is not meditation. So don't combine both the things. So how do I come out of the guilt? Please guide me. If you are really interested to come out of the guilt, then go to the YouTube channel, Pradeep Vijay Spiritual Academy, and there is an entire chakra series, Understanding the Chakras. Go with the 21 Day Self Transformation series. That will help you. You have to understand that guilt is a poison to the soul, and there is no need to feel guilty. Whatever the mistakes you have done, you can learn from your mistakes and move forward. Everybody learns through mistakes. So learn from your mistakes and move forward. Naturally, as long as you are learning the lessons, there is no place for guilt. So focus on lessons. Naturally, guilt will go away. Okay. So next is, thank you for your session. My question is that when I close my eyes to meditate, I get lost in the train of thoughts and stories. Is it natural? It is natural. It is natural for everybody. For any person who sits in meditation, who is a beginner, naturally he will see a train of thoughts. That is when you have to bring your attention back to the breath. In the beginning, there is a lot of thoughts, but more and more you come back to the breath, more naturally the thoughts will reduce. More question. I'm doing meditation since long, but I never get any vision. But during meditation, feel so calm and relaxed. So I'm assuming the question is you're not getting any vision. Is it okay? It's perfectly okay. Okay. Beginners of meditation, they get a lot of visions. But if you're an advanced meditator, you are meditating since many lifetimes, or you started your meditation journey in your past life. In this lifetime, you will not get any visions, right? See, there are two kinds of experiences: practical experiences and metaphysical experiences. First, metaphysical experience comes. Like if you're a beginner to this spiritual journey, first you will get metaphysical experiences. But all your metaphysical experiences are done, completed, then you will not get the same experiences again. You will get practical experiences. You will feel comfortable, you will feel calm, you will feel relaxed. You feel guided what to do, what not to do. Right? You feel guided what is your next step you have to take in your life. You will be guided which project to sign, which work to join. So you'll get all practical guidance from within. That is called intuition. Your intuition becomes sharper. If you are a beginner of meditation, you will have all metaphysical experiences. Seeing the colors, seeing the vision, seeing this, seeing that. It is all metaphysical. You have to decode it. Again, which is not possible to decode. Because how can you use your mind to decode metaphysical experience? So there is every possibility you will misunderstand. So that is the first stage. But whereas the advanced stages, You get clarity from within, which is called intuition. There is an inner voice which guides you what to do, what not to do. So, for advanced meditation practitioners, you don't get any visions, you don't get any metaphysical experiences. You get direct intuition, guidance. So, intuition is the highest experience you can get because of the practice of meditation. You don't get intuition in meditation, but you get intuition all the time, whether you are meditating or not. Okay. Good morning, sir. How to get deep and undisturbed sleep at night? Forget the desire of having that. Right? You do meditation, naturally your sleep quality will improve. Forget that the expectation I should have deep sleep, I should get undisturbed sleep. Forget all those things. Just focus on meditation. Everything else will be fine. How do I know if I'm progressing on the right path in my meditation journey? Yes. How do you know if you're progressing? Compared to yesterday, today is better. That means you're doing something right. There is a change in your thoughts. There is a change in your words. There is a change in your actions. There is a shift. There is a positive shift in the way you think. There is a positive shift in the way you speak. And there is a positive shift in the way you do the things. Before, you are very clumsy. Now you are very mindful. Okay, before you have a lot of negative thoughts. Now you are very calm and you are not having negative thoughts. Before you blabber, you speak unnecessarily, you gossip. Now you take responsibility for your words. You speak only what is necessary. So that means there is a shift. There is a shift in the way you think, you speak, and you do the actions. So when there is a shift, that means you are doing the right meditation. There is a progress in your meditation. So your meditation progress cannot be judged in meditation, but your meditation progress can be judged in the way your life is getting transformed. How do you live your day-to-day life? Accordingly, you can say that you're progressing or not. Is it common to have headache after meditation which stays for a while? I've started doing 40 minutes, but back starts paining. How do you manage it? Very simple. Drink some water, walk barefoot, spend some time in the nature, right? Do some grounding exercises. Naturally, that will be balanced. Your energy will be balanced. You don't need to worry about any kind of pain in meditation because it will be there only for some time. And once your healing is completed, then you will not get any pain. You will not have any discomfort. Okay. Everyone thinks that their heart is pure, but how do we really know if you are pure or not? You see, it's an interesting thing. Everybody thinks they are pure, right? But how do we know whether we are pure or not? Very interesting question. But the answer is also interesting. Only you will know if your thoughts or if your words and your actions benefits you and also simultaneously benefits others. Then you are a pure person. If it benefits only you and doesn't benefit others, then the purity level is low. It benefits you and harms others, then it is impure. Anything you do which benefits you primarily and also benefits others, that is a very pure action. Every word you speak, it primarily motivates you and also motivates others. Then those words are called pearls. It's pure. In your thoughts, you wish well for you and you wish well for everybody. It's pure thoughts. But you are wishing only well for you and you don't care about others, then it's neutral. But your actions, your words benefits you, but harms others, that is impure. So that is how you see how pure it is. As long as you are in the oneness consciousness, as long as you are in the collective consciousness, as long as you wish well for everybody, you are a pure person. And at the same time, you are focused on filling your cup first and then serving others. That is the perfect thing. But your cup is empty and you want to fill others' cup. It's not going to work. Okay, next. Meditation question. At the beginning, my breath is deep when I'm focused on breath. But somewhere during the meditation, I forget that I need to focus on the breath. I don't think I'm thinking, but also not sure if I'm sleeping. So that is also a very common question. Don't be worried. Continue meditation. In the beginning, the breath is deep and slowly, slowly it becomes shallow. Right? That is very natural. And also sometimes, especially the beginners of meditation, or whenever you have a very busy day, you are very tired, you have exhausted with energy, and then you sit in meditation, naturally you go into sleep in meditation. So that sleep is also part of meditation. Okay. So that quickly recharges your physical body, energy body. So continue meditation. You are in the right path. But they say Guru will fasten the process for your liberation and guides you in the right path. don't know who they are. You have two gurus. You have an inner guru and you have an outer guru. Your inner guru is your intent, is your sincerity. Your sincerity is your inner guru. And if you are sincere, your inner guru will attract the right outer guru. If you are a sincere person, you will always attract the right person. If you are not sincere, then you will attract a guru who is also not so sincere. So frequency attracts frequency. If you are sincere in your heart, you will attract the sincere teacher. If you are not so sincere, you will attract the teacher who is also not so sincere. So when the student is ready, the teacher appears. That means when you are sincere, naturally, your sincerity attracts the right teacher who will guide you. Who is the right teacher? The right teacher will say, close your eyes, sit, close your eyes, don't open your eyes. No expectations, no dependencies, no shortcuts. So this is the right guru. A guru who guides you towards your inner guru is the real guru. You understand this point. A real guru is a guru who guides you to your inner guru. A guru who guides you to an outer guru is not a real guru. A guru who always constantly guides you towards your own inner guru is a real guru. When we observe the breath, mind is not used. So that's why I said in the beginning of meditation, you use a little bit of mind. But then slowly, slowly, the mind subsides, the mind becomes empty. Yes, in the beginning, you use a little bit, but naturally, the mind goes into an empty state the more you are with the breath. The more you are with the breath, the more naturally the mind loses its grip, the more naturally the intensity of the thoughts reduces, and the more naturally the thoughts become empty. Okay, so in the beginning, the intensity of the thoughts reduces, then the thought itself becomes empty. In the beginning, yes, you do use a little bit of mind, only in the beginning. But after that, your mind is surrendered to the breath. Because you have to understand the science of it. Mind cannot exist in the present moment. Mind is nothing but bundle of thoughts. Mind either exists in the past or in the future. So the more you are with the breath, the more you are in the present moment. The more you are in the present moment, the more naturally the mind becomes empty. So that's why you see sometimes when you are meditating very deeply, you don't know what is the time. You don't know how many minutes you have meditated. It appears like only 10 minutes, but you have already meditated for half an hour. You lose track of the time and you lose track of the space. You cannot feel the surroundings. You cannot feel the space. So when you cannot feel the time, when you cannot feel the space, that means you have gone beyond the mind. That is a simple indication. When you go beyond time and space, you have gone beyond mind. Because this space exists and the time exists as long as you have mind. So if you cannot feel the time and space, that means you have gone beyond mind. That means your mind is empty at that time. You are right. Okay. So I think most of the questions we have taken. So today it is all about understanding what is not the right meditation and also how we help ourselves through our own purity in the heart. It is our own purity which will guide us. It is our own common sense which will guide us to come out of all the confusions. And naturally, we are in a space of clarity. Okay. Namaste.